fear is a big part of haunted houses. What are you personally scared of?
It's hard to not get a bit emotional talking about it, actually. I'm just really actually for a bunch of different reasons, but I'm really afraid of failing. And this is, with this project as well, it means a lot. And I'm not going to let it fail. And moths. I don't like moths either.
So we were in second year together, and we were walking down a road and just like outside of uni, and I think it was her response to the situation that made me decide that I really liked her and I had to know more about her. But this guy wound down his window and he hollered out of his window, something, 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 fuck you guys, you frigid sluts. And I was so offended and I was shattered, and I would have been like 17 or something, and I was really, really, I don't know, just like kind of taken aback by the whole thing. And Nat's response was to point out that this guy didn't realize that what he'd said was an oxymoron. She didn't necessarily have the emotional response that I had, but rather she was pretty fixated on the fact that you couldn't be both frigid and a slut, and it really bothered her. And I thought that was so interesting because it's such a different way of seeing the world. And yeah, I think that's why we balance each other out quite nicely. Because that's not a thought that would ever cross my mind. It definitely didn't cross my mind in that moment, but yeah, I just thought she was really cool. I thought that made her really cool.
One of my very first performances that Lacey actually helped me to develop, but was more of a background player in, was a 8-hour-long live jazz jam in the courtyard of the university, which was really invigorating to facilitate, let me tell you. The thing with art is that people don't always understand what it's about, but that's also the beautiful thing about art, is that people impose their own experiences and their own visions onto what they see.
Bad male pap smears.
Yeah, great.
Do men get pap smears?
I'm just gonna asterisk that and just say female issues as well. There's going to be a few. We've touched on toxic masculinity. People feeling misidentified, that sort of thing. I think we can explore that more at a later date. Let's just put it there for the time being.
Yes, Justine.
I'm not very close to my parents, but there was a old lady that I met while I was working at the old person's home, Lottie, and she had been a vaudevillian actress when she was a girl, and she used to tell me about stories from the old days. And one thing that she really emphasized to me was that when she got married, obviously a different time, she had to give it up. And she never really got over it. She loved her husband very much. She went on to have a very happy family. Although when I met her, she was all that was left. And that's something that she still carried around with her, almost as if the memories from her time as an artist were the family that she had left to surround her with. And when she passed away, very surprisingly, I found out that she'd actually left me a bequeathment in her will with very specific instructions that it needed to go towards my own artistic endeavours, which she'd been really encouraging in. So for a long time, the last 4 years have really been financed by Lottie, but it's kind of reached a point where there's not much more to stretch that out to, and now it's time to get serious, and I want to reinvest the money that she invested in Lacey and I. It's time to get some of that back so that we can finance our own stuff.